Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Chaptered Master. Yes, welcome back everybody. I hope you are all doing fine. So yes, welcome back to the delights of Chapter Master. Before I start, I just thought I'd give you some heads up progress. So I've actually started work on painting my actual squad of Storm Knights I've got. Now, I ended up making this a light grey, or a slate grey rather than a black grey. I've kept the red trim and the yellow shoulder pads. I must admit, I regret the yellow shoulder pads because they're a few choice words to paint, but eventually I'll get there. Hopefully next week or the week after I should have them done, if I have enough time after work each day. And I finished painting my squad of Fallen. The Fallen look awesome, I must admit. I really like how they've turned out. Anyway, back to it. So we have the Storm Knights, the warrior sons of the fourth founding of the Lion. And it's our job to deal with these filthy traitors and orcs. Now, sources indicate the Scony 2. Didn't I just deal with that? Scony 2. What's the Baleful artifact? Who's that? It's Ape Company, isn't it? Yeah. So let's say unload them. I'm sure I investigated this. Okay. Why do I have an enemy within the Ecclesiarchy? I haven't done anything wrong to the Ecclesiarchy. The Storm Knights have a cordial relationship with the Ecclesiarchy. They're not friends, but they accept the work they do. I don't know what their problem is. Oh yes, I need to get more chain axes for these guys, don't I? Always good idea to maximize my weapons capabilities. Ape Company. Oh yes, these are my assault. Boarding troops, not assault troops. I guess you could class them as assault troops. C4 chain axe. I mean, it just for $4, you get 20 more damage. It just doesn't make any sense why you wouldn't. Bolt pistol, chain axe. Yeah, it makes absolute sense to my brain. Because look, chainsaw is 60 damn melee splash. And while the game is very generous in giving you them, they're $3 each. So let's just ignore the fact the game gives you like 500 to start with. But for one extra buck, you're getting, or one extra credit, you're getting plus 20 damage. It just makes all the sense in the world to my brain. Again, lightning claws are good. And see, I love power weapons. But even then, Power Fist basically does double damage, but you are paying double price. But Power Axe, again, you'll pay less money, so it's only $2, but you're doing 130 dam as opposed to 120 dam. So you may as well outfit your Marines with chain axes, power axes. I mean, yeah, Chain Fist. Chain Fist has armor piercing, but it doesn't have power, doesn't have the splash. So you're kind of, it's kind of an equal balancing, although you are paying more. Again, this really rewards you for going for the more chaos-aligned weaponry, doesn't it? Although even then, plasma guns, $90, 140 dam. Although you get rapid fire and armor piercing. Yeah, I still think plasma guns are too expensive. If plasma guns were like 50 and plasma pistols were like 30, I think that would be worth it. But for $90, it just so is not worth it. Anyway, what else we got going on? So Tarrant, Orc Forces Heavy. Alright, let's send those companies over there. Oh good, no Orc fleet shows up. Alright. Forgive me for the population, but this must be done. At least they're no longer slaves of the orcs anymore. Alright, now we launch a full-strength raid with the might of the chapter, and we can cut down these bloody orcs. Nice, the assault cannons from the enemy leader is dead. Excellent. Now we need to wait for the orc fleet of Zundandarus to bugger off, and then we can deal with those, or get rid of those guys. Also, the bloody orc world going after the forge world is not good. While there is a backup one, I'd like to actually be able to purchase some ships at some point. Alright, what was on this planet anyway? Ancient ruins. Ancient ruins have an alarming tendency to crash the game. Especially for me. I think it's not a stupid idea. Bloody Adeptus Mechanicus Tives. Oh yes, no, recruitment. How's our recruitment looking? None? We're gonna go... I think the Storm Knights traditionally use apprenticeships because it's kind of knightly, you know, squires and knights and stuff. I really want to switch it to that one. No, we'll keep it as it is and up the recruitment to maximum because I really need better numbers than this. Alright, going to launch another bombardment. Unlike the Lamentus, the Storm Knights, while they are not, shall we say, callous like the Marines Malevolent, they are pragmatists, as most Sons of the Lion are. So they are more than happy to bomb people if it means securing victory. If they have to kill 1 million people with a bombardment to save 1 billion, then those are acceptable odds. Alright. Good. Forces rampant. Oh yeah, Imperial colonists. Good, good, good. I have a third fleet somewhere. Do I? Or do I not? No, I don't. Because the Baleful Artifact is reunited with the remainder of the chapter, so... The Storm Knights are broken up into 2 main attack groups. Alright. Good. Imperial colonists are back here. That's nice. Oh yeah, we've got Tyranners here we can probably destroy. Now, we're going to launch a bombardment with our ships. Good. Now we will launch a full-strength raid. This is good. Nice. Alright, now a final drop pod assault. Smash these guys to pieces, if you wouldn't mind. Good. Alright. Now, there's no body on any of those companies. All the Tech Marines are actually... Scouts Heavens. Where's that? Oh, that's the escort ship, isn't it? I had an escort ship. I think it's still with the main chapter. Yeah. That's got Tech Marines and a squad of infantry, doesn't it? Where is it? Scouts Heavens, 7. Oh yeah, it doesn't have... No, it has... Oh yeah, a Librarian, 2 Tech Marines and 5 Marines. That's right. Well, tell you what, we may as well... Scout Heavens can go... Oh, the end turn. Scout's Heaven can go that way, so it can start looking for... SDCs and all those delightful things that we require. And the remainder of the chapter can mobilize for Heretic and minor Xenos clearing, shall we call it. Alright. Now, no civilians to worry about, so Exterminatus Extremis. Well, actually, we can get Exterminatuses. We can get them from the Inquisition. But it's actually a little bit more of a pain in the ass to use than I'd like it to be. What you do is you go to Diplomacy, you buy them from the Inquisition, then you equip them to a Marine, and then you launch a raid battle on the planet you want to Exterminatus. If successful in that battle, then the planet will be Exterminatus. Except, I honestly think... where is it? Yeah, I honestly think that Exterminatus should just be a option in bombardment. Like, buy Cyclone... Yeah, Cyclone... There you go, I knew it was here. You should be able to buy Cyclonic Torpedoes, and that should be a in-orbit Exterminatus. So rather than have to fight a ground battle, you should just be able to hit Bombard and launch an Exterminatus with Cyclonic Torpedoes. Alright. Why don't we go to chapter settings just for a moment? I'm thinking, why don't we just set up all of our officers' weapons with power axes? Why don't we just buy, like... Yeah, why don't we just buy a bunch? And then reset... How many power swords do we actually possess? 3. Yeah, so if we just go to chapter settings... And... Yeah, reset these guys to have power axes. Rather than... Chaplain. Rather than power swords. Then we're saving money and we're getting more damage. Good. Combi flamers, chain swords, they've all got chain axes, that's delightful. I should go back for vehicles, I probably have the room for them now. Alright, anyway. Alright, let's launch. May as well raid these guys. I mean, we've got them down to moderate. May as well dip the old swords in some Xenos blood. Nice. Oh, I do have some tanks. Cool, let's see how well the tanks do. Nice. Alright, that's a world free of the taint of Tyranids. Good stuff. Oh yeah, that's Hell's Iris, which is actually the nickname of the space station where the Red Corsairs have got their setup. Oh yes, you guys. So, I'm looking for... You're going to attack the rampant Necron world that crashes the game whenever I touch them. Well, good luck to you, Imperial Navy. I actually wish you well. Alright, I'm looking for STC artifacts, standard template constructs, for my little scout groups to go deal with. There was a place where there was like 3 STCs to get, but there's one there. Well, guess we'll go down to Bavaria, or whatever you want to call it. Barbarous 1. Where is that? Also, Barbarous was destroyed by the Dark Angels. Don't you quote poor facts to me. Barbarous 1. Barbarous. Okay, so how long did we have? We've got 12 months to investigate. Okay, so... Stranger, Eternal Hornet, and Vast Terror. Well, we may as well, since we have the capability now. What ship are you on? The Vast Terror. We may as well grab all of their company's vehicles. Vast Terror, that's fine. What ships have I got again? Eternal Hornet and the Stranger. Alright. Looks like I need some bionics for these guys. Load. Eternal Hornet. And the Stranger. Well, at least those vehicles will no longer be sitting around in the parking lot, which is good. May Nice. Armamentarium. We need to buy some bionics, good sirs. There we go. Don't want to go under 1,000 credits. You never know when we might need the money. Was it 5th company? Alright. The rest of them can probably heal up over their journey. Cool. Well, they picked up their vehicles. And it's only 6 turns to Barbarous, so that's nice. Now, why don't we go to there? Awesome. Well, that's appreciated. Okay, so the arrows is what was off there. My fleet literally hadn't just vanished into the ether. Good. Right. Launch a cheeky save. Just in case the game starts to get funky with me. Not that... I wonder what music survived to the Modern Imperium. I doubt funk music would have survived. Dollar thing. Oh yes. We can grab that STC. Take the STC. Nice. You back aboard. Jolly good. Alright. Scouting out our next part of this little mission. It's probably a Sororitas shrine, I'd imagine. Nothing on this galactic plane. We may as well keep heading south. Those guys are not quite there yet. Also, where do they want me to go for a crusade? Dolans for 24. Now, you get good experience from that, but a lot of your Marines end up coming back dead. So that's one of those things where I would only send like an escort with a single squad of rookies that I'd want to train up. Oh, that's Dolans. Alright. I'm waiting for something to happen to Zuldans. Yeah, I was going to say, I exterminated that world. Well, I killed everyone on that world. Now, Barbarous. Alright, so what company do we want to send down? We may as well send down 6th Company. You can investigate the fallen on that world. We'll go defensive, I think. Nice! Alright. We managed to capture some fallen for the bloody Dark Angels to interrogate. Good thing we weren't on assignment, or else I imagine the captains of those companies would be narky about having to do that. It's also fortunate that the Primaris Marines of that company didn't figure out what was going on. They just assumed we were clearing a coven of heretics. Good. They have 2 turns to attack, I have 1 turn to attack. Suckers. Good. Now, quickly. Launch a bombardment before they're able to use their bullshit OP abilities to generate new fleets. Alright. Back that way, I suppose. Alright. Now, full might of the chapter. Well, half strength might of the chapter. 400 Space Marines ain't nothing to sneeze at. More ancient ruins. I want to investigate them, but I don't know if it's this playthrough or this version, but ancient ruins crash the game a hell of a lot more than they used to. Alright, attack! Nice, those orcs are dead as punch. Sororitas Cathedral, no, ancient ruins again, more ancient ruins. Criminy Christmas. Tyranids. I think we'll probably send the chapter south to deal with the Tyranids in that last orc world. But for now, my little... Oh yes, excursion team. Also, some of you are saying, I might be thinking, why don't you trade those to the Adeptus Mechanicus? I mean, you're not really going to need fleet or vehicle discounts that badly. Correct, but it's honestly not worth it. You get like one suit of Terminator armor and, 100 requisition for a SDC. It's honestly not worth the cost. You may as well just use it yourself, because eventually you'll get to the point where you might actually need vehicles or fleet assets. So discounting them in favor of like one shitty shoe of Terminator armor is not actually ideal. Okay, a lot of question marks down the south. We will send our little merry band down the south. Right, that way. I guess we'll send you guys that way. Good. Launch a preliminary macro cannon bombardment. And now we finish it up with a full strength raiding party. Oh, does anyone remember Age of Empires 2? How it used to have the pre-choreogrammed insults in the chat. And one of them was, I think, number 21. It was, raiding party! Oh, it was so fun. I like how in the old RTSs sort of had a bit of heart to them. Oh, which reminds me, I've got Age of Empires 1, the remastered version, that I need to install. I just haven't got round to it yet. I got it as part of the Steam sale. A friend of mine sent me, from the America, sent me, $30 American. But it ended up being like $50 New Zealand, so I got like 2 DLCs for Total War Warhammer 2, Age of Empires 1 HD, and I think I got DLC for one of my other games. It was good. More ancient ruins. This sector must have been involved in the heresy, because there's a lot of, or even Great Crusade era, because there's a lot of ancient relics here. Oh yes, orcs are all dead. Moving south. Oh, SDC. Nice. Take the SDC. And we're getting more melter guns and chainswords. Alright. They're on Yondergon 12. We don't have the full assets to reach it, but we do have like a librarian and a couple of warriors who are the only ones that can probably make it to that position in time. Ooh, an artifact. And we will ask the captain. Oh, we may as well send him with an honor guard. I know you don't actually need to, but it's more for my personal role playing. Cool. You're back aboard. Jolly good. That way. Alright, we're going to fling the might of the chapter south and deal with these blasted Tyranids, because I think it'll be nice for the Sisters of Battle to owe us a favour. Also, we will swing by and deal with those Tyranids while we're available. Right. Boosh. Boosh. Alright, now, Planet of the Guardsmen. Oh, that actually isn't so bad. There's only a few of them there. But even so, that should be enough to kill them. Let's see how 400 Space Marines makes the difference. Well, 400 Space Marines seem to do this job quite well. I'm just imagining the bloody Guardsmen sitting in dugouts. With rows upon rows of basilisks and baneblades and heavy bolted turrets and positions. None of them afraid to move or do anything, hoping that the Tyranids will starve to death or charge into the wall of guns. And then the Astartes just deep strike into the middle of the Tyranids from orbit and start butchering them with flamers and bolters and melters. Speaking of which, We now have 11 melter guns. Ooh. 13 flamers. Good. We can start. Really? Piss. The Storm Knights are not really known for their fleet capability, in my personal headcanon. They're much more noticed for their war gear and armor. Although their capital ship, the Serenity's Wrath, is an incredibly powerful Great Crusade era battle barge. In my head, anyway. It was destroyed during the War of the Beast, but it was salvaged and recovered and given to the chapter upon their inception after the War of the Beast. So where am we bloody have to go for this? And is it not 500,000 years away? Event log. New Fessia 2. Well, is advisable, but to be fair, we are just going after Tyranids in general. Where is New Fessia? Bloody hell, down there? Kidding me, right? Well, could we just not capture one wherever we are? Oh yes, bloody hell. 12 months to investigate. Okay, so no, we've still got time. Yonder Gone 2. So... Yonder Gone 2. We may as well send the 2 Tech Marines. The Librarian. And who else have we got? Weird question. It's someone from like one of the minor companies, isn't it? No. Pissing McCornflakes. Hellbird of the Forge. No, that's one of the destroyers. Line of Hell. It's not like Second Company or something, is it? There's more Marines than that. Saints Pride. Because if you look at that ship, there's still 4 more Marines in it. So that's kind of the question of who and where are they? They're not apothecaries. I've already got the 2 Tech Marines off. Terrafor. Couldn't you just call it Mars? Really? Alright. 8th. Line of Hell. 7th? Ah, Scout Heavens. There we go. Also, you guys really need some better equipment. Let's just do that before you get thrown into this mess. Oh, and we can give one a flamer and one a melter. Isn't that nice? No, it's 7th, isn't it? Yeah. So, we'll re-equip all of them with chain axes, because if they get caught in this scrape, we're probably better to give them more baser weaponry. And we'll also re-equip them with... replace their bolter, one with a flamer. And we'll give you a melter gun. Aim for melter. Good. Alright. Also, why don't... I'm not using Mark 4. Why don't we buy some Mark 6 suits for our little excursion team? Re-equip 1 power armor. Why don't we give them Mark 6? And our Librarian. We'll give him Mark 6. I mean, it only does a 10% melee damage, but the +2 armor class is worth it. And, as I said, this might be paranoid, it might end up being nothing, but I just have a bad feeling about that. I imagine I'm going to come across a squad of Fallen, and I'd rather my Marines were the best armed and equipped they could be when facing with that outcome. And if not, then it's still a wise idea, because to re-equip my Marines with upgraded armor over the course of the campaign anyway. 6. Good. Alright. No, it wasn't a waste of money. Be quiet. Because you never know what they're going to run into again. Oh, back into the Scout Heavens. Alright, so, Scout Heavens, what else have we got going on around here? Well, we could probably go up and take that artifact, since we're in the region. Oh, Takahashi. Well, the Japanese did survive. If you've actually read the Heresy novels, you will see that there are former Japanese Marines. I absolutely see no problem. He's created something cool, a chapter icon, he's put it for all to display. There's nothing malicious about this. I consider this a good thing. Alright, I know the Inquisition want to inspect us, but we will inspect them there. So we'll just do that there. Alright, Librarian. Cool. Jolly good. Yeah, we've got plenty of Tyranids around here to kill. It'll be a nice change of pace. Ah, yeah, we can't do that because of the stupid action to turn thingy. Alright, now. Plan. We want to back up the Ecclesiarchy warriors. Now, they want us to capture some gaunts. So, what if we just take a... I should really re-equip everyone with chain axes. But, for now, if we re-equip a squad from First Company with... or re-equip some Marines from First Company with Webbers. Then we can see if we can capture some Gribblies. Raid just with the Serenity's Wrath. Not quite the intended result, but that's fine. Corruption little, well, let's deal with that. Good thing I was paying attention. You're shitting me, right? What the fuck? Also, Chaos Lord Leslie, and you're using the female... Oh dear, Chapter Master. Fucking hell. No! Fuck you, game. Fuck you. How's recruitment? No recruitments. Right, changing up to that. I want standard recruitment numbers again. Fight. Oh yeah, I don't have any boarding marines for this. So the fleet's going to be destroyed. But to be fair, the fleet would have been destroyed anyway, because against odds like this, the game's bullshit in terms of the fleet capability actions. Right, we've destroyed one escort. Come on. If I can at least destroy some of their ships, then it'll be worth it. Come on, blast it, blast it, blast it, blast it. No! That fucking escort! Shoot that one! It's 3%. Fuck you! You son of a bitch! Fuck you, game, you cunt. Seriously, fuck you. Ah! And it was deliberately made this way as well. For the final version of Chapter Master, you gotta tone down the bloody difficulty. I'm not... Being a Space Marine chapter is supposed to be hard. I get that. And bullshit happens. It does. But where the fuck were they hiding an entire Chaos fleet on that little shitty world? How did 20% chaotic corruption become an entire Chaos fucking battle fleet? That was bullshit. How did it penetrate into Imperial space without us noticing? A rebalanced version of that should have been you disrupted the Chaos cult and the Chaos Marines got wind of you. You should have fought maybe 100 or 50 Chaos Marines, okay? That would have been a more balanced fight. You probably would have lost some Marines, but it wouldn't have been insane. And then as a result of them being discovered, a Chaos fleet now materializes on the southern sector, giving you time to mobilize to defeat it, meaning your fleet and 3 companies of your Marines are not instantly fucking killed. Fuck that. Orc fleets are overpowered in this game. They always fucking have been. That's one of my biggest complaints. But the second biggest complaint is aside from the crashes are the second biggest complaint. But the third biggest complaint is the bullshit. And that is the primary example of what the fuck I mean. It's not difficulty, it's bullshit. It's what I try and explain to people when I complain about difficulty in games. I don't mind difficulty, I don't like bullshit. And this was a prime example of when I was playing Dark Souls 1, and enemies were literally phasing through walls that could hit me. And it's like, no, I don't mind the difficulty of the game, that's fine. I appreciate the challenge, and it's good that I'm being able to learn this. But that isn't difficulty. Enemies phasing through walls, glitches, crashes, respawning bullshit, and fucking Chaos fleets materializing out of nowhere isn't difficulty, it's bullshit. It's honestly bullshit. Also, refusing to Crusade. Do you see what the fuck I'm up against? Hello? Inquisition, get your heads out your fucking assholes. How many fucking shit have I done? Like, seriously. Orcs cleans from this world. Tyranids cleans from this world. Orcs cleans from this world. If you look at my ship logs, you fucking inquisitorial pricks, then you'll see I've done nothing but diligent service. So eat a bag of shit. Alright, I'm calling it for this episode. I'm grumpy. I'm going to make a cup of tea and a biscuit. Farewell.